Hey guys, thanks for checking out this video. Don't run, don't hide, don't be shy. Just like, comment, and please subscribe.
For me dealing with the stress, for me dealing with the pain, trying to find a way.
Look, I'm still a believer. It's going to take more than a bad game of the Chiefs for me to jump ship. But this wasn't it. This was not it, Caleb Williams. Listen, bro. I know. First of all, let's go back. Let's go back. So last week, if you guys remember, Chicago smacked out of the Bills. It was such a spanking that the Chicago Bears were trending for days. All of the haters of Caleb Williams were silenced unanimously. Not because he played the whole game and he himself put up the 38 to the Bills 0. But because of what he did during that time of the 38-0. Caleb looked phenomenal. He was going through his progressions quickly. He was decisive. And the man just was fluid, throwing laser beams across the field. But now, I guess he just thought because he had a good game last week, he could just shit around. And then he's laughing about it. Like he's chuckling about it. And it irritates me because to me, what it comes across as is that Caleb's not taking it as seriously as he needs to. And what I mean by that is not that he's not taking it seriously in terms of his job as a quarterback. I do believe that Caleb is doing the work to improve as a quarterback, as a leader. I do believe that he's doing what he needs to do in order to progress and be as efficient as possible in Ben Johnson's offense. But what Caleb is not taking seriously is, I think, his presence as a quarterback. There's a certain instinct, a certain killer instinct as a quarterback you need to have this. I'm not here to play around. I don't care if it's preseason. I don't care if it's a regular season game. I don't care if it's practice. I'm here to win. Which means that all of my decision making, every single play that I'm doing is in the greater scheme of winning. That means that Caleb, bro, you got to get your shit together when it comes to these progressions. You have all of the tangibles. The intangibles is what we're working on. Progressions, character, things of that nature. Progressions is mostly important. Character, I'm not all that concerned with, but you have all the physical attributes you need. You got an amazing arm. Pause. You got escapability with leg power, and you clearly can take a beating because you were the most sacked quarterback last year, and you played every single game. You didn't sit out not one snap. And that's respect. That's some tough shit right there. But you will not last long if you are playing this hero ball where you are running around, not taking what it is that the defense gives you so that way you can be able to keep the play and the drive alive. Had you made that play on that, I believe it was the first drive where they were back like 20 yards. Had you made that play for 4 yards to one of the receivers sitting right in front of you or your tight end, then when you made that 16-yard pass to DJ, I believe that was DJ, or maybe that was Zacchaeus. Regardless, when you made that 16-yard pass, you would have actually had the first down. But because you were trying to out Mahomes, you wasted a drive after it was already backed up because of pre-snap penalties and a fumble. Which are all the things that I'm sure that Ben Johnson is alluding to. So we got to get better, bro. We have got to get better because the reality is that Caleb, we're counting on you. We believe in you, but also we don't have a choice. We also don't have a choice because they put all the pieces around you. They put an O-line around you. We don't have the best running back, but DeAndre Swift, he was working in that game. I give the man his props. I'm still concerned about DeAndre, but I'd be lying if I said that I was not impressed by what he did with the Chiefs. But you got an O-line. You got receivers everywhere. Everywhere. You got nothing but targets. You have a fairly decent defense, which concerns there because the Chiefs made it look like we was easy. At least the starters did. So that had me concerned, which I'm sure they will address. And I'm not, worried in terms of our defense. I know that we'll get that together. However, we're not going to be just dependent on the defense to be staying and saving the offense's ass. We're expecting production on the offensive line of the ball. And that really is all going to be being an extension of what it is, Caleb, you are doing throughout this game and throughout the season. Now, again, let me reiterate. I do have faith that Caleb will be able to get his mind right, operate in the offense the way he's supposed to, and get the Bears to where it is that they need to get to. However, I also want to be very clear, I'm not delusional. I can see that there's still hints of old Caleb that are starting to poke their head even now in the preseason. So, let's give them a chance. This game against the Vikings is going to tell a lot. It's not going to tell us everything, but it's going to tell us a lot because we'll get to see him through a full game. We'll see him through the 2-minute drive. I mean, yes, the 2-minute drive was impressive with the Chiefs, but again, backups. Had he done that with the ones, I would have felt much better about that. But because it took the backups, it just takes the wind out of those points, to me. Maybe not to someone else, but it does to me. So, again, I'm very, very much so confident that the Bears are going to be a serious problem and a serious contender in the NFC North and the NFC and NFL in general. But little mistakes like this will cost us games, and they will cost us yardage in very, very big moments. So let's get that together. Sheduer. Don't get it twisted. I am well aware that you did not get the opportunity that you were supposed to get. It was not fair. It's not favorable. There's nothing about this to where you can look at it and say, with the exception of the fact that you're in the NFL at all, but there's nothing about this where you can look at this and say they are trying to at least give me a fair shot. However, you do have to learn to play with the cards that you got. It don't matter how bad the hand that is that you got. In life, you don't get a reshuffle. Very, very rarely do you get a reshuffle. In life, all you got is play. There's no takesies, backsies, there's no rewind, there's no fast forward, it's just play. Which means that if you are given cards like this where you have a terrible O-line, you don't have very good receivers, you know that the plays aren't going to progress very, very well because you know the receivers are going to take time in order for them to get to the place that they're going to be. You got to learn that even though you don't have the weapons to make a big moment, that you got the IQ to not put the team in danger. Throw the ball away. Throw the ball away. I know what Sheduer is capable of when he plays on point because I've seen it for the last couple years. However, holding on to the ball, especially when you don't have protection, is a recipe for disaster every time you hop on the field, especially for an offense. So, hopefully either the Browns will trade him so that he can go to a better situation, because as I said, they're treating him very poorly. I don't know what their beef is with Sheduer. If you didn't want to have him, if you didn't want to draft him, why did you? And since you have him, why can't you treat him like every other teammate and every other player when it comes to opportunities and results of their play? I think that clearly the Browns, I mean, I'm not going to say that they have a hate voter for him, but I mean, it's very obvious that it's a pretty hateful rising coming from their crotch area, and I don't know what else to call it. So it's a shame. I really do hope that Sheduer finds some footing. I'm hoping that because we haven't seen Jack Diddley squad from Kenny Pickett, that Kenny Pickett goes to 4, Sheduer maybe rises to 3. I'm thinking Dylan Gabriel's probably going to be 2, and then Joe Flacco's obviously the starter. So we'll have to wait and see. But yeah, it's a damn shame. It's a damn shame because I was really looking forward to seeing him play, but I was also looking forward to, because I knew when we got the second half, I figured that he was going to have less talent, but what I was hoping that he was going to do is show that he knows when to throw the ball away, know when to take what he's got, know when to do, not to make a bad situation worse. But, you know, again, he's young, he's a rookie, it's the preseason also. It's not like the game really truly matters, but it's just something that I hope he works on because, again, Sheduer, you're under a magnifying glass, bro. The league is looking for any little reason to find for you to not be in this league no more because they don't like your flashiness, they don't like your dad, they don't like your brother. They don't like the Sanders. Because if they did, they wouldn't be giving you guys as much of a problem. So now you just got to play. So that means you got to work twice as hard as the next guy, 4 times as hard as the next guy. Keep your head down. Do what it is you need to do. So long as you continue to prove when your listen, the moment's going to come when your opportunity is going to come again. And when you do, you need to take it seriously because even if the Browns don't have faith in you, trust me, there's 31 other teams that are watching. And they're trying to see if the hype is true or if you're a bust. And if you can keep this hype going about you, and this is the thing, I don't want to just be hype. If you can keep the positivity and keep the results going, you will find a home someplace else. So keep your head up high. I hope that all goes well. I also prayers for your brother. He's not dead, guys. Shiloh is fine, but he's obviously no longer with the Buccaneers after he socked that dude in the face. I get it, you know what I mean? Like at the end of the day, like you don't like being touched, and I'm a person that, you know, you touch me too long, you know what I'm saying? I'm probably gonna swing on you, but that's why I don't play football. I watch it. But Shiloh, you're looking for a career in the NFL, so, and they're looking for a reason to cut you, so hopefully if he gets picked up someplace else, I think he will. I think he'll get picked up someplace else, and then again, he just needs to work 4 times as hard as the next guy. And keep his nose clean because, again, they're looking for any little reason to get rid of y'all. But that's all I got for this week. You know, again, no recap this week. I just wanted to kind of get my thoughts out there after watching this week and what it is that I'm seeing. But let me know what it is that you guys think. Leave a comment, like, and yeah, we'll talk to you guys next time. Hey guys, it's Tony with the TD World. Thanks for checking out this video. Remember, don't run, don't hide, don't be shy. Just like, comment, please subscribe. See you next time.
For me dealing with the stress, for me dealing with the pain, getting trying to find a way.